What is up guys, Ashra592 here. In today's video we're going to be taking a look into the new revamped Saber. Saber is an assassin hero which requires a little bit of practice before you can carry your games, but once you do, you'll become a sword master and slash your way to mythical glory. We're going to be breaking him down through his abilities, emblems, builds, combos, and any other tips or tricks that you guys might need to know. But before we get into that, I just want to let you guys know that I'm streaming a lot right now, mainly in the evenings from 10:30 p.m. So if you guys are interested in something like that, you could stop on by and let's have some fun. Also, if you guys end up enjoying this video and want to see me make more content like this, you can let me know by smashing that like button and turning on those notifications so that you won't miss anything. Alright guys, with everything being said, let's hop right into it. Firstly, we're going to be taking a quick look at his abilities, starting off with his passive, Enemy's Bane. Saber's damage reduces physical defenses of his enemies by 7 points that stacks up to 5 times for 5 seconds. This means the more Saber deals damage, either physical or spell, he reduces the defenses of his enemies per stack for 5 seconds. In short, his passive is free armor penetration. Moving on to his first skill, Flying Swords. Saber releases 5 flying swords that circle him, dealing damage. After 5 seconds, the swords will retract back to Saber. When Saber deals damage during the circling period, he will shoot a sword to a target, dealing damage to all targets along its path. Each time a sword hits the enemy, it reduces the cooldown of his second skill, Charge, by 1 second. Now we'll look at Saber's second skill, Charge. This is Saber's main source of engage or disengage. Saber charges towards a designated direction, dealing damage. After the charge, Saber's next basic attack will deal enhanced damage and slows the target by 60% for 1 second. Now we'll look at Saber's ultimate, which is Triple Swoop. This is Saber's main source of crowd control. Saber attacks the enemy, knocking them airborne for 1.2 seconds, after which dealing 3 blows continuously. So when it comes to the leveling of your abilities, I would recommend maxing your S1 first. It would help a lot in terms of your jungle clear speeds. It also reduces the cooldown of your S2. Overall, it's your main source of damage and the skill you will be using most frequently. Follow that by maxing your S2 for the mobility and damage that it provides. And lastly, max your ultimate whenever it's available. When it comes to battle spells, there are a few that works well on Saber. Generally, Retribution is the best if playing him in the jungle to increase your clear speeds and rotations. But if playing him in the lane, for example mid lane, I would recommend Execute or Flicker. Execute will give you that extra burst you may need, especially during the early game to finish off your enemies. Flicker will give you that extra engage or disengage that you will need to make those sick outplays during the later stages of the game. Arrival is also a great spell to consider when playing him side lane. This will help with your ganks, split pushing, and generally grouping with your team. And lastly, you can pick up Purify if the enemy has tons of CC. Now let's get into builds and emblems. So for Saber, there are 2 emblem pages that I've been using with great success. The first is the jungle page, where you get 3 points in Brutal, which will increase your clear speed since you will be doing more damage to jungle monsters. Follow that by getting 3 points in Knowledge and 1 in Veteran Hunter. The combination of these 2 will increase your gold gain since Veteran Hunter grants an extra 50 gold upon killing creeps that has been retried. The other is the Assassin emblem page, where you'll get 2 in Mastery and 1 in Agility. But this is solely up to the player, because you can either max out Agility or max out Mastery depending on your playstyle. Follow that up by getting 3 points in Invasion and 1 point in Killing Spree. This will keep you sustained during those small skirmishes or team fights. As for the item builds, these are the ones that I've been dominating with on Saber. I would recommend getting your Nimble Blade first, but not leveling it up until you get your first core item, so as to maximize your damage output during the early stages of the game. I would also recommend you guys picking up the Azure Blade part of Endless Battle right after you get Hunter Strike. That will increase your damage due to its passive and your S2, and it will also increase the cooldown so you can get to use your ultimate more frequently. Alright guys, here's a few tips and tricks for you on Saber. So if you're in the jungle, this is the path I take if I'm going top lane first. you want to take your orange buff. That way your path will be in line with where you want to go. This is a nice little trick to get both the buffs at once, but you got to be careful not to reset the buff in this particular position, because sometimes it does get reset. This way you could get your orange buff and go straight over to your purple buff. By the time you hit the purple and then you take the small camp after you get your purple buff, you should be able to get your level 4 and gank. That's right, you're already level 3. Just this last camp and you should be level 4. And then you could gank top lane. There we go, level 4. And if you're starting at your blue and want to head to bot lane first, you take your blue, then head over to your red, then do the same thing at the red, take the double buffs, then take the 2 small crabs and you should already be level 4 and you're ready to gank. Alright guys, that's gonna be it for the video. If you guys have any tips or suggestions of your own, you guys can let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to check out my live stream because I stream every evening at 10:30 p.m. If you guys want to see more content like this, feel free to leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more. This is Astro592. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys stay safe and I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out.